Welcome back. Now, as you probably all know, Nitro Circus, the amazing stunt event, has just been and gone from South Africa. But before it actually happened, Donovan went to the 94.7 Hi-Fi Stereo radio studios, where Travis Pastrana was doing a bit of a publicity stunt.
Pastrana.
I prefer Pastrana. Anyway, have a look at this.
Well, this is an honor. What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Pastrana, the legend, the man himself. Man, okay, last time we had Nitro Circus, you couldn't make it. You're here in South Africa now. Is this your first time?
Actually, I got to race Grant Langston in the mini championships. Greg Albertine was here. It was just an awesome time when I was 12 years old. So I was really looking forward to coming back 2 years ago. But we had just got done the U.S. tour, and I shattered my leg. So I was getting surgery while the rest of the crew was having fun down here. But looking forward this year to getting back out there. And this is one of the tours that everyone wants to come on. There's a lot of times when we go into different countries that everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to train. I'm going to try to do what I need to do for X Games and World Games and that kind of stuff. But here, we've got the best in the world. A lot of guys that don't always run Nitro, they just said, hey, put me on tour, and this is going to be awesome.
I don't know if this fact is correct, but last time you guys were here, well, the other guys were here, they said it was one of the biggest crowds they've ever had. Is that true?
That was true, and the funny part is we didn't expect it. We came down here and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, we didn't, there wasn't a lot of advertising, wasn't a lot of anything, and the South African culture just ate it up, and they loved action sports. So that's, I think, a lot of the reason why everyone had such a good time. When the crowd's into it, when that energy is up, guys really start pulling out stuff they shouldn't. And when you want to see big crashes and big makes, you want that crowd and that intensity, and this is why everyone's so excited and saving their big tricks for down here.
I mean, okay, FNB Stadium. I mean, that's the biggest stadium we have. I mean, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Justin Bieber, they fill that. And, well, it's Red Hot Chili Peppers, Justin Bieber, and Nitro Circus.
Dude, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, honestly, to be here in Johannesburg, everywhere in South Africa, but especially here, it's just rad. The stadium's huge, and when we're not worried about roof height, all of a sudden we can make the jumps further and bigger, and we can do more tricks. So I love the arena feel. It's really cool to be right there, but to have a bigger venue that you can really just go as big as the rider's willing to go, that feels cool.
Okay, so Nitro Circus round 2 in South Africa, last time was big. I mean, I remember watching halfway through the show and I thought to myself, we had a break and I thought, what else can they possibly do? And then the second half was even better. I mean, what can we expect now? I mean, it's round 2, it's got to be even bigger.
Well, the ramps are bigger, the riders have gotten a lot better, and we have a lot more really dumb contraptions that we probably shouldn't be using, but everything that we wanted to test, we're basically bringing down here. So it's going to be a show that all 3 of these shows in South Africa are going to be very different. Not intentionally, it's just some of the stuff's going to be landed, some of the stuff won't be, and the second half of the show is where we gear up and we send it.
Okay, there's some crazy stuff, and I just have to ask, how do you guys think of this stuff? I mean, this is stuff I think of and I kind of go, hang on, I have to be on a lot of drugs to come up with something like that. I mean, how does your brain work?
No, at the end of the day, it's about, it's not like gymnastics. It's not about pointing your toes. It's about doing stuff that's never been done. It's about making people go, holy, whatever adjective there. And that's our job. We want everyone's jaw to drop. And that second half, the first half of the show is entertaining. We want the people on their feet. We want to get them excited. But the second half, we do stuff that's never been done. And it's just something about that passion of seeing the athletes down there and seeing someone try something if you're not sure if they're going to crash or they're going to make it. And then that happens over and over and over again with 25 of the best riders in the world.
Now, okay, us on the bike show, we come from a very sort of road racing background. If one of your wheels goes in the air, it's sort of a bit of a problem. If both go in the air, that just means you're about to die. I just got to ask this. I mean, you come up to a jump, you're about to do something big and probably never been done before. How do you actually open the throttle? I can't understand it.
Well, that's where practice comes in, and now we have so much practice with airbags and foam pits. It's not like the real deal. It's not like when you're in front of 40,000 screaming fans. But at the end of the day, you go back to that, and if you know it's possible, you know what can go wrong, and you're willing to make that commitment, it's all in.
Okay, one more. You're now a father. Now, people always say to you, they tell me, one day when I have kids, I'm going to slow it down. My father didn't. In fact, I'm pretty sure he went faster when he had kids. I think he was trying to show off or something. But I mean, having kids, has it sort of changed anything?
Risk to reward is always changing. Year to year, sometimes you need it more, sometimes you need it less. And right now, I want to show to my kids that you can wake up with a passion. And when I break a bone or have something hurt, I'm not disappointed that I have a broken bone. I'm disappointed that I can't go and do what I love to do. And I want to show them that. And if they have half the passion for whatever they decide to do, as their mom does for skateboarding, as I do for motorcycles, as any of the Nitro crew does for action sports, I feel like I succeeded as a parent.
Travis,
It's awesome to hear about your dad, though.
Travis, you are a legend. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak. Thank you so much for coming here and, doing all of this. Thank you.
Dude, are you kidding me? Thanks for having me. Good talk.
All right, we're not going to go over too long because we don't want everyone to be really upset.
That's quite amazing action in an office. Seen that somewhere before, Donovan.
Was he actually allowed to do that?
I don't think so. There was a lot of very sort of stressed-looking office people from 94.7 walking around. I know for a fact he was not allowed to do a donut. And he sort of kind of
Did one.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or did you see Donovan? Did he? It's cute, wasn't he? Didn't he look a bit starstruck?
Listen to me. I met Travis Pastrana. You can both bugger off. I met Travis Pastrana.
Yeah, whatever.
And was it everything you thought it would be?
Do you know what? Here's what we called him afterwards. We said he's an anti-hero. He's a guy, grew up in a little, what are they called? States. Yeah, state, on a farm somewhere, and he's just that guy. He just happens to be
Totally natural,
totally
cool.
natural, easygoing, life is all good. And he just happens to be one of the most talented human beings ever.
Okay, well that was a great build-up, but you two, I know, you blagged yourself some tickets. Is it as amazing as it's supposed to be?
Yes.
Do you know, I mean, it's just, they build those giant ramps, and I mean, I don't think that, as per usual, TV doesn't do it justice. You see the size of those jumps, the size of the things they do, and it's basically a bunch of very dangerous props, should we put it that way, for talented people to do ridiculously stupid things on for our entertainment.
And the venue, does that work then? I mean, it's a massive stadium, does
Yeah,
it?
It is massive. It's the problem is I was expecting more sort of rock and roll flashing lights, but they keep the stadium sort of floodlights on all the time.
Okay.
Because I suppose they have to so people can see. But
Sort
I
of
was
do.
expecting more sort of rock and roll type of
more
flashing lights
razzmatazz,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
But then
the show is actually designed to be in smaller arenas. I mean, they do it in like, rodeo arenas and those sort of things. The Johannesburg show is actually the biggest they do. The 2014 and this year, the biggest ones they've ever done are the South African ones because they actually do it in a stadium. They never do that anywhere else. I mean, it's a few thousand people, and here in South Africa, Joburg particularly, 30,000 people. I mean,
Is
the
that
guys
what
are
it
just
was
sort
on
of,
the night?
yeah, the guys are
30,000?
just sitting there going, "What the?" I mean, okay, it's only half the FNB stadium.
Yeah,
The
sure.
Red Hot Chili Peppers sold 90,000, but come now, it's
For a load
it's-
of dirt bikes, that's
Yeah,
not
no,
bad.
that's proper. And guys jumping, flipping,
Is
rocking
this,
horses.
what is it then, every 2 years? Are they coming out again? or?
Well, it's like any sort of big act. They come out when there's a sort of need for it. I
Bit of
mean,
a
it's not.
demand, okay.
Yeah.
So, well worth it. It was a proper show.
Yeah, definitely.
Proper.
Definitely. Just don't go on a bike.
So did you take a selfie with Travis then, or what?
I did a whole interview with him. Come now.
No, but did you take a selfie? I know
No,
what you
I
like.
didn't take a selfie. I tried to, but I went, Travis,
He was, as you say, starstruck.
I met
Yeah, why
Travis
not? Travis
Pastrana.
is a legend. After the break, more bikes.